What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas One here, and today we're going to be taking a look at something a little bit different than what we've been usually taking a look at. We're going to be taking a little sidestep from Transformers here for just a moment here, and we're going to get back to our roots a little bit. We're going to get back to our core, the core of our channel here. That's right. We're going to get back into some Thomas the Tank Engine products here. And what better way to start off some Thomas the Tank Engine products with some very new Thomas the Tank Engine products with the brand new 2020, well, this was brand new for 2020, the brand new Thomas Wooden Railway Gordon. Now, as you can probably see, I had to rip the box to get this thing open. These things are very, very compact, and they definitely did not make them easy to get open. And in terms of the packaging here, you do have all of this. It does finally say Thomas Wooden Railway again back on the top. No more is it Thomas Wood. I did pay that much for it. Yeah. So, anywho, Hit Entertainment. We actually still have the original Britt Allcroft logo still on here, and we've got all of this stuff going on, so hey. Excuse me, this is 2021. This is the 2021 version of Gordon. So, but yeah, and then on the thing here, you got a little wooden thing there, and this is what I liked about this, is that they realized Thomas Wood was crap, so they went to this. And I've already taken the engine out, and it does come with a catalog with everything on it. I don't need to show you guys it because it's already been shown off like 1,000 times. It doesn't need to be shown off again here on this channel. So anyways, we're going to move off with this packaging over here. Oh, and by the way, usually the stuff that I review on this channel is for teenagers, and my language is a little bit more filthy, shall we say. This is made for kids 2 and up. This video will be for ages 2 and for kids. So, anywho, this is going to be Thomas Wooden Railway 2021 Gordon, and I've already taken it out of the box, and here it is. And I must say, this is a pretty beautiful looking engine. I actually dig the fact that they've gone back to, I dig the fact that they've gone back to, the old format with this, and that they're actually learning from their mistakes with certain things. Because let's be honest here, Thomas Wood for real, Thomas Wood, that was just no. Thomas Wood, that did not need to exist. That was a horrible idea, and it should have just never gone into fruition, but it did. And this is a massive step up from that. And take note, Thomas Wood was the last time that I actually fiddled with any of this stuff and or bought any of it brand new. So this being a brand new reintroduction to Thomas Wooden Railway, I love this new design. So to start off with the new design, we're going to separate this and take it into 2 different parts. So we're going to take a look at the tender first, and then we're going to take a look at the engine itself. Excuse me for just a second. Anywho, so to come back into this, I apologize, I had to sneeze. Anyways, to come into this, we're going to take a look at this beautiful tender. And you can definitely see when you look at it in the light, it is made out of wood. And it is beautifully made out of wood. You can feel that. You can definitely see it in the craftsmanship. One thing that my one nitpick from this is that they've gone with plastic undertones. Or not even undertones, the plastic chassis piece or whole or base. I still don't like that. Like, I wasn't a massive fan of it back then when it was introduced, but I can get along with it, specifically for this, because I mean, this is still very, very beautiful. And let's be very clear here. Let me bring in Henry's the 2003 Henry tender, okay? Just for comparison here. This is the 2003 Henry tender, or yeah. And let's compare. The wheels, for first off, are much bigger, and these ones are much smaller. And, well, I say that not to be very obvious, but They're much smaller, much more detailed, much more intricate, I suppose you could say. These are nice and detailed, but you know, the whole thing is made out of wood. This is all made out of wood. Henry's tender is all made out of wood. This one is made out of plastic and wood. Granted, there is plastic in this, but not as much as there is in this. So, that being said, I'm still going to choose this over this, but in reality, this is still beautiful. So let's keep looking. They added riveting detail and they added more paint detail on the tender, and by proxy, they probably did it. They most likely did it with the engine too. So they added. It's just so nice. And the coal top. Once again, let's bring these two in for comparison here. This looks beautiful. This still looks beautiful, but I mean, this looks like, you know, detailed. So I'm gonna move this one off to the side. And in comparison, for another one, for a brand new figure, or for not brand new figure, for a brand new engine as well, courtesy of Nth Doctor 10, we have the current 2020 James tender as well. And as you can see, the detailing on these things are just so beautiful. Just so beautiful. Like, I can't complain about any of the detailings on these things. So now that we're done with the tender, let's move on to the engine. And to start things off, let's start it off with the face. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of that face. That face is a little creepy, but you know what? They had to do something and get away with. They had to get away with something. They had to do something and do. They do something somewhere, and they had to make sacrifices with a few characters. I'm assuming Gordon was one of them. But they actually painted the buffers. That's one beautiful detail that I'm very, very pleased that they finally have done. The detailing on this thing is just immaculate. Granted, it feels like it was printed on, but it's still immaculately done. Like, look at this thing. Just all the riveting detail, the fact that they actually took the time to cut out the pieces of wood that actually have the splash pieces here, or the splashers here, and the fact that they took the time to paint the side rods, the pistons here, the side rods, all of this, and the cab. Look at this. Look at that detail in the cab. You don't need to have anything going on, but you know Gordon has a fire lit in there. You know that. The only plastic detailing that I can see, actually, correction, aside from the boiler and the footplate, aside from this portion of the engine, that's about all that's made out of wood. That's where my complaints come in with these new Thomas Wooden Railway stuff, with the new Thomas Wooden Railway stuff in general, because I mean, when it comes down to it, there's just so much plastic here. I mean, this is plastic. 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 I mean, to bring in an older engine, let's bring in one that's like a little older. Here we go. Let's bring in Murdoch here as for a comparison, because I mean, when you look at these two engines, I mean, side by side, obviously Gordon's a little longer, obviously Gordon's a bit bigger, obviously Murdoch is a little smaller due to their age and due to what they used to look like back then. But here's the thing. With Murdoch, at the very least, you know, 85 to 90% of this, well, maybe not 90. I'm gonna be generous and say 80 to 85% of this is at the very least made out of wood. Like, and you can tell what is made out of wood on these things here. Granted, mine are a little aged, so you can definitely tell what's made out of wood here. But anyways, these are made out of predominantly wood. Now, to bring in a brand new one, once again, courtesy of Nth Doctor 10, thank you for providing this. here we have a 2021 or 2020 James. Now, granted, I'm not knocking these things at all, but the plastic on these is up to, you know, a high degree, where it's like you don't even notice there's wood here. I mean, if I didn't know any better, and I was a parent, I would say, oh, the whole thing's made out of wood. And then I'm the kid, and I'm playing with this thing, and, you know, I pop something off, and it's like, oh, that's plastic. You know? So, as to where, when this eventually falls apart, where, you know, to where this James, after this James falls apart, yes, there's plastic on it, but this is going to take a very, 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 very long time for your kid to tear apart, unless your kid takes care of their toys, or if your kid takes care of their toys, excuse me. So, and by the way, let's get a little family photo of the old and the new going on here real quick. Let's get this family photo here going. We have James, we have Gordon, and we have Henry. Yes. Look at that family photo there of the big three. Disgraceful. Disgusting. Despicable. Alright. So, anywho, this is Thomas Fennel 1, and this is my current review of the current Thomas Wooden Railway Gordon. And to be honest, these are not too bad. They're not so bad to a point where I wouldn't say go out and buy them. Like, if you don't have certain characters, or if you've lost certain characters, or if there's certain characters that you haven't got for your collection, that's when this is definitely a line I would say go ahead and pick up, because it's definitely got some amazing charms and amazing qualities to it, and it definitely deserves its spot in history as making a massive comeback. You know what they say, don't call it a comeback for don't call it a comeback. So anyways, this is Thomas Fennel 1 saying, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Don't forget to subscribe to Optination Reviews, Patrick with the Y, Jordy's Railfan videos, Memphis Railfan Productions, iStar 552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions, and myself. And this is Thomas Fennel 1 saying, don't forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.